On a brisk, beautiful night in our nation's capital, it is a big night in the Gainbridge Super League as two playoff contenders meet at Audi Field. Alyssa Walker and DC Power finally return home after a lengthy road trip, hoping to keep results going in the right direction. However, Sealy Strawn and Dallas Trinity have their sights set on the top of the Gainbridge Super League table. Something's got to give in DC tonight. We have the kickoff coming right up on Peacock. Greetings, everybody, from Audi Field in Washington, D.C. It's another massive night in the Gainbridge Super League this evening as DC Power welcomes Dallas Trinity to town. Alongside Christine Huber and our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. Happy to have you with us on Peacock tonight. Let's dive into the standings in the Gainbridge Super League. A win for Dallas on the road would take them to joint second in the standings, level on points with Lexington. A win for DC at home would put them into the top four and into a playoff spot. What a turnaround we've seen from them so far in the second half of the season. And they just finished a long road trip, Christine, but it ended with a great win at Brooklyn.
It sure did. A 2-0 win for DC. Another clean sheet, which is key. It's a 5-game unbeaten streak. DC is now stringing together wins instead of draws. I have to say, part of that reasoning is due to the new signing of Alyssa Walker. She already has 4 goals in 3 games with DC.
What a way to end a 6-game road trip on either side of the break. DC certainly rolling in the right direction. However, at home, they have significantly struggled at times this season and in their stay in the Gainbridge Super League. The good news, though, for DC, as we mentioned, on the road, they are picking up points. They're picking up victories. 4 wins away from home have them right in the thick of the playoff chase. They're hoping to turn around the home form tonight, led by Gianna Gorley, their leading goal scorer.
Leading goal scorer, and what makes her so dangerous is how she's able to get behind defenses. Her off-the-ball movement is just impeccable. She's been on a bit of a scoring drought because defenses are really not starting to focus in on her. But if she gets the opportunity tonight, she's going to score.
Anytime she's out there, she is a threat. No question about that for DC Power. On the Dallas side of things, they really struggled early against Lexington, but they prevailed in the end.
Lexington just pounded Dallas in this first half, but they were unable to score on goalkeeper Tyler McCamey. Dallas kept fighting. They started to look better in the second half, and it was Heather Stainbrook who put it away after a great dummy by Caroline Swan.
Head coach Nathan Thackeray told us that these celebrations, these scenes at the end of joy of that stoppage time winner, that's why they do it. That's why they're involved so much in the beautiful game. And it helps when you've got a really talented player in Heather Stainbrook.
Sure does. She's on loan from the Washington Spirit. We saw her just score that game winner, a nice left-footed strike. That was the latest game-winning goal in Dallas history. Coach Nathan Thackeray has pushed her higher in the lineup, and it's really paid off.
Both teams are trending seemingly in the right direction at the right time in this Gainbridge Super League season, and both have a chance to dramatically improve their place in the table if they can pick up 3 points tonight in Gainbridge Super League play. We'll have the kickoff from DC coming up next.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gainbridge, great at assists for your savings.
Temperatures staying in the high 40s. Tomorrow's forecast will be in the 60s.
Welcome back, everybody. Sean St. Jacques, Christine Huber, our entire crew, happy to have you with us. We count down to kickoff here in DC as DC Power gets set to take on the Dallas Trinity on Peacock tonight. Let's dive right into the starting 11s. We begin with Omid Namazi and DC Power returning on a long road trip.
Playing in the 4-3, a 2-1, two changes from last game. You're going to see Fraley in center mid. She's going to be feeding those front three. And then the big one for me, Bagley in for the injured Fitch, out with a foot injury.
That is going to be interesting to see how DC cope with that. And for Dallas, off the Lexington win, can they win again on the road tonight?
4 changes to that starting lineup. You see McCutcheon in. She's the spark off the bench. We now have Celie Strawn back. She was with USA U19 national team, and Flynn is back from suspension, back in the back.
2 key players to get back in the fold for Nathan Thackeray at the right time, along with the likes of Heather Stainbrook and, of course, the additions of Bethany Boss, along with already what they had, Dallas, which was pretty darn good to begin with. It does feel like Dallas are trending upwards at the right time in the season. And for DC, can they finally add on an additional home victory? They've been so fleeting at times this season and really overall in their stay so far in the Gainbridge Super League. Dallas get us started. They're going from left to right here at Audi Field in our nation's capital, and we are off and running on another big night in the Gainbridge Super League. 2 teams right at the heart of the playoff chase. Dallas with a chance to jump into a tie for second place and just get within 4 points of first place if they can get all 3 points tonight. DC would get on the right side of the playoff line if they can become victorious again this evening, coming off a really long road trip on either side of the Super League break, but they are also seemingly moving in the right direction at the right time. Dallas trying to get on the front foot here. It's a step in defensively from DC in black and blue tonight, and the hosts are on it in their own half. It's clipped over the top by Anna Bagley. Little flicked header in behind by Bethany Boss. It's going to roll out of play, and DC Power have a goal kick. Well, we had a chat with Omid Namazi. Seems to be really, really happy with where his team's at right now. We talked with him just before the winter break. He said we needed to slightly tweak a few things personnel-wise and mentality-wise in this team. They've done that, and my goodness, have the results started to flow.
And I just think they have more depth than last year. Different players in the lineup, they can rotate around. He's still trying to figure out where to play, what players in what position, but they can also be versatile. Well, they'll switch it up each game.
And to branch off that point, it's quality depth, really, really
Yes.
good throughout the entire squad. And DC hasn't had that to this point. Now they've got it. Off a takeaway here. This is played towards the edge of the area. Thea Ratz with the strike. It's just about palmed away by Tyler McCamey.
Thea Ratz does a good job being patient here, but she just does not hit the sweet spot. She was just shanks there. There was a little bit of deflection there, which took some off of it. Good patience.
Good look there. The sting, like you said, Christine, taken out of the shot, and it's a DC corner on the far side. It's going to be an in-swinger. It goes right at the goalkeeper. McCamey able to just about touch it away, and then there is a foul inside the 18-yard box. Dallas can alleviate the pressure.
Tyler McCamey, she has such a presence inside that 6, has that height, was able to punch it out. It still has to be a little higher and harder, get it out of the box so there's no way anybody gets a rebound. But look at how many bodies are just checking her into the goal.
Boss tried to control it. It nearly fell for Massimo. And it was helped along by Stainbrook, who we're going to see on the ball, you'd think, quite a bit tonight if Dallas has their way. Talked about how Stainbrook's in on loan from Washington Spirit. So she'll be rather familiar with the friendly confines of Audi Field. Here's Sealy Strawn. Boss surveying the scene. Ends up playing it all the way back. Look at the all-time series between these two. It's the 7th meeting between Dallas and DC. It cannot be more even. 2 of every result, 2 wins each, 2 draws mixed in as well. So in some ways, unless it's a draw again tonight, it is a bit of a rubber game between these teams. Massimo holds up the play for Dallas. Sealy Strawn strides in. And Guidry forced to play it backwards towards Wisner. You see there Dallas entering the night in 3rd place. Both of these teams in the first half of the season had question marks around whether or not they were going to be able to turn things around and be catalysts, protagonists in this playoff chase. And my goodness, have they answered those questions in the affirmative.
They sure have, and DC just adding those new signings just made everyone stronger. We talked about that depth. Dallas, I thought, had a strong roster returning from last year anyway, but now every player's become better.
Played forward initially by Bagley. Still work to do here for DC defensively. It's hooked over the top. It's lovely control through the middle of the park here. And a shirt pulled there. Referee on the scene is going to give a foul here and more than likely a yellow card as well once Heather Stainbrook rises to her feet.
Insult to injury there, right? As soon as she gets up, she'll be shown the proper yellow card for a little bit of a jersey pull there, just a little bit. And this is how quick DC can be, right, on the counter. That's where they become so much better. They get the ball out of the back, they play quick, they play with that speed, they play with the pace, they get it forward.
Well, to your point, Christine, Stainbrook may have picked up a little bit of a knock on the back end of that. We talked about the Dallas turnaround. That man's a big reason for it. Nathan Thackeray's come in and so far has done a wonderful job just from resetting this team in some ways. Obviously new pieces have come in, but you're really starting to see Dallas hit some of those heights again that we saw at times last season.
7 weeks in charge, he said. He's been here. Chris Petroselli, who is the general manager and acting as head coach, did a great job, but this is what the organization needed. They needed a full-time dedicated coach like Nathan to really take this team to the next level, and he's done unbelievable so far.
Well, as we had anticipated, Stainbrook has been yellow carded. That's confirmed. Now we hope to make sure that she's okay. She's going to get taped up a bit here on this near side. And DC does have a free kick to work with on the back end of that. Emily Colton stands over it. Omen Namazi said that she is one of the unsung heroes of this team. Doesn't maybe get enough credit for the amount of work and graft that she puts in. And she puts in a decent ball there as well. It was flicked on. McCamey in the end is there for the Trinity.
And not only that, on the flip side, Nathan Thackeray for Dallas said, we have to keep an eye on Colton. We cannot let her be the one to dictate the pace of the game.
A good press here from DC. They win it back with Fraley. And Fraley's cross into the middle is intercepted and cleared by Dallas. And a whistle will bring that sequence to a halt.
Boss was doing a good job just holding up the ball there. She'll stretch the field, but she does such a good job when she does come back into that lower level. Kind of gets that pace, slows it down, gets everyone under control, and then she can look to switch the field.
Wisner for Guidry. Under some pressure here by Abera. Was able to find a teammate in McCutcheon. Lauren Flynn back into the fold for Dallas tonight. Gets it back from Stainbrook. Off the layoff, Stainbrook pokes it forward. Boss on the layoff, little give and go attempt, but DC are there, and they slam the door shut defensively. DC invited a little bit of pressure on there. And Guidry helps to win it back with Strawn, but only for a split second. And then that feed out to the near side is too hot to handle for Abera. And it's a turnover for DC.
DC's doing a good job getting numbers behind the ball defensively so far.
Strawn was in pursuit, right on cue. DC have the numbers to handle the situation, and they'll clear their lines. Ahead it goes to Gianna Gorley, 4 matches in a row without a goal. That's the joint longest stretch without a goal in her DC career. Meanwhile, Bagley looking for Gorley, had her touched away. Not cleared yet by Dallas. Eventually they send it forward. And Boss again is able to hold it up, but cannot pick out Sealy Strawn.
What a back and forth game we have already.
Look at the way both of these teams play. It certainly already has the inklings of a really interesting showdown, to say the least. A little bit of miscommunication there. DC recover it in their own half. Holman Dares and company controlling it, but then that's a giveaway to Stainbrook. Now Strawn. This is where Dallas can be pretty effective. Strawn surveys the scene and decides to pirouette and have it turn into a reset.
Boss was offsides there, so Strawn making the right decision, holding that ball, playing it back. There's no reason to turn it over. Boss needs to bend her run so she's not offside.
Nice touch by Guidry. Great pass in behind as well, and the goalkeeper Gottschalk commits and gets a huge touch onto that for DC. It ricochets out.
Dallas today so far doing great job with possession, but possession with purpose. The little 1-2 balls, and they're getting forward, and they're able to break through at DC lines. It's a great through ball.
Critical stop by Gottschalk.
Yeah, she did a great job with her angles there, getting down low, making herself big, which makes the goal smaller.
Massimo to take the corner. It's going to be shortly taken. Back to Massimo into the middle, and the header glides wide and off target.
Massimo with the short corner sees the advantage. This should be a 2-on-1 ball. She's trying to pick players out in the box and just unable to get anything on target.
You see there, 8-headed goals this season for Dallas. That leads the Gainbridge Super League. And Lynn had a decent look, I should say Flynn, beg your pardon, had a decent look at that. Off a pretty well executed set piece routine by Nathan Thackeray's group. Turn into space by McCutcheon. The aforementioned Lauren Flynn. Clipped up ahead by Wisner, but it's picked off. And then DC give it right back. This is Stainbrook who lets the shot go. And nearly really troubled Gottschalk there, but it flies over the top, and it's a goal kick.
Heads up play here by Stainbrook. She gets that ball down, sees that Gottschalk is out from her line and just tries to chip her. Not a bad idea there.
I was going to say, you wondered for a moment if Gottschalk was going to get there. It does fly out of play. You see there, 3 goal-scoring contributions already for Heather Stainbrook in just 4 Gainbridge Super League appearances. Talk about getting a jolt during the winter break. That ball slips through, in behind here, but the flag goes up on the near side. Ubogagu caught by the assistant referee. It's going to be a free kick.
And that's something to keep an eye on. Is Dallas going to try and slip her wide into the outside to get behind the DC defense? Especially, you know, without Fitch being in on that right side, they could be targeting it to Ubogagu over there on the left side.
Talk about an unsung hero not being in the mix tonight. That's going to be potentially a really big loss.
And it's nothing against Bagley. Bagley's a great player, but Fitch, I mean, I get tired watching her. She is just up and down, and then she just started to get the scoring itch as well, and she hits balls off the crossbar, getting goals. So DC's going to miss her today.
Well, Dallas played through DC really nicely there, but then Stainbrook didn't have too many options going forward there and does give it back to the hosts. Haven't had too many clear-cut chances yet, but the flow of the pace of the game has been really good in the opening 15 minutes here.
Both teams playing with some urgency. Neither are sitting back.
That's one back by Dallas here. Boss does have options either side. And Ubogagu here is double covered, lays it off. And then the cross into the middle, cleared away by Theoret. But Dallas are able to cushion the header and keep possession. Recycled by Hinson and company. Now then, Flynn trying to maraud forward here, was stood up. And the whistle's going to give it back to DC, it looks like here. Claire Constant did really well to slam the door shut there defensively for the Power.
Constant, one of the anchors of the back line for DC, and another player that's just getting better every game. DC's really just become better as a unit, and I think that's really helped. Last year they're getting ties, this year they're getting wins.
What a run this is. Lexi Fraley for Gianna Gorley. What a save on the rebound. Abera puts DC ahead. Well, that all was from the great Lexi Fraley run. Gorley denied, but Loza Abera is there to clean things up and put DC Power on top by 1-0.
And this is one of the reasons why Gianna Gorley isn't scoring. They're so focused on her. She's able to get this shot off, but Tyler McCamey does a great job, great save, but too much is left out there. And just like we saw last week, it's Abera that's picking up the junk, picking up the trash, putting it away.
Great anticipation. And Abera, like you said, right place, right time. And DC, at home, can you believe it, have the lead. Fourth Gainbridge Super League goal of the season for Loza Abera, and DC strikes first.
And give her credit, right? She's still calm, composed, keeps the ball low. You know, we've seen other players, they'll just shank that over the crossbar, but she stays calm, she stays composed, and she's able to put it in.
Dallas wins this ball back through Guidry. And then Sealy Strawn tried to thread the needle for Stainbrook. It does not come off for Dallas. Gorley does well to keep DC moving it forward in the right direction. Fraley marauding on this near side. Fraley trying to slash and dash her way through, but she cannot take the ball with her. You see there this season when DC scores first, pretty darn good. Undefeated in 7 prior times that's happened. 4 wins, 3 draws. Remember, Dallas got off to such a slow start against Lexington, but they didn't concede. And they were able to figure it out later on. When Dallas do concede first this season, they've only won once, only drawn once, 6 defeats out of 8. But here's Guidry. Massimo back for Guidry on this near side, cutting in field. On the layoff. The pass out wide by McCutcheon is cut out. It'll stay with the Trinity via a throw. Loza Abera continues to make a positive impact for this DC Power group. And again, the positioning was so key in what was such a sharp and clean, composed finish.
It just helps, right? Walker coming on kind of completed that trifecta up top. It gives Gianna Gorley the time and space for her to work, and she does such great off-the-ball movement where she can get behind the defense, but the defense can't just focus on her anymore. They now have Walker, they now have a Abera they have to worry about.
Sealy Strawn. Out to this near side, Massimo. Back for Guidry. DC forced Dallas back to the halfway line.
This is a high defensive line for DC. If you're Dallas, you want to run horizontally along that line, get those defenders moving, open up the space. And honestly, a lot of times you're going to play that high. If you're Dallas, just dribble, just drive right at the defenders because there's no help defense. You get by one and you're right into the goal.
Oh, lovely skill there from Guidry. Back from McCamey. Strawn, under pressure, is able to spin out of it. And then tried to thread the needle again. It's touched down this near side. Bethany Boss, time and space for Dallas. Early cross into the middle is handled comfortably by DC.
Not the best decision by Boss there. There weren't numbers in the box. I'd rather see her hold it up, keep possession, than to put it into a DC defender.
Goes back to what you mentioned earlier. DC, with their numbers getting back quickly, are able to close those gaps really quickly as well.
And Audi Field is a big space. It's a
Right.
lot of ground to cover. For Dallas perspective, you want to stay wide, right? They're doing a good job. Get the heels of your boots on the sideline. Just use as much space as possible. And that will also help beat that DC high defensive line.
DC coach Owen Namazi did mention that the practice field that DC Power normally works with is about the size of Audi Field's ground, which I'm sure can be a benefit on nights like this.
And what a difference coming from Brooklyn last week, which has a narrower pitch,
Great
to
point.
now coming to Audi Field with one of the widest pitches in the league.
Absolutely. That was sent forward by Cummings. DC got the initial header onto that, but still a chance here with Colton. Colton loses out as he tried to drive towards the penalty area. Constant helps to pick up the pieces, however. And then Walker by the corner flag wins a throw-in for the hosts. Walker scored a key spot kick in the 2-0 win against Brooklyn last time out. And a huge addition to this DC setup.
And you can just tell how good she is every time she touches that ball.
This is played around to Cummings here. Menderes sends this over the top. Pretty good ball here. Gorley just out of her reach, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Gorley misjudges this one in the air. I'm not sure if she was expecting a deflection or if she's just indecisive whether to take it out of the air with her head or get it on her foot. But she's right, it was a good ball. It's not, you know, many that she's gonna miss like that. G-Money will get hers.
Still has 10 goal contributions in the Gainbridge Super League this season. 8 goals, 2 assists for Gianna Gorley. Some might say that she's not scored in 4 games. Others would say that she's due to score.
She's due, but I feel like she's also set up her teammates as well, right? So now she's recognizing when she gets the ball, she's going to be double teamed. Everybody knows that she has the ball, where she is, what she's going to do, and now it's going to open it up for Walker and Ibarra to get the goals, and that's exactly what's happened.
The layoff back to Stainbrook here with Dallas on the front foot. Massimo plays it back for Guidry in the end. Still lots of Dallas numbers just on the edge of the 18-yard box here, but now DC's line pushes them further back. Some token pressure there from Walker. Gorley leads the line as Dallas try to find a way through here. They'll think better of it and go over the top, just out of the reach of Abogugu. It was well covered by Bagley. Now DC can stride ahead here. Play onto this near side. Oh, the early cross into the middle is really well placed. Flag goes up, but it's a really good defensive intervention from Lauren Flynn. She wasn't to know the flag was going to bail Dallas out.
And it's Gorley. No surprise here that she is getting behind the defense, getting behind the defenders. Great bent ball there, and it's Flynn who's able to rescue Dallas.
In the end, the flag went up, so it is going to be a free kick for the Trinity, their own 18-yard box here. Massimo flicks that on for Bethany Boss. Over the top for Sealy Strawn. Strawn looks over to her left, plays it across. It's just out of the reach of Bethany Boss, who was a step behind. Dallas wins it back again as DC cannot get it out of their own half at the moment. Massimo in behind. Strawn on the byline. The cross is blocked. More pressure from Boss. And she's a bit overzealous. It's going to be a free kick for DC Power.
Dallas has figured out pretty quickly the high line of DC. We're going to start seeing more balls over the top and see if they can adjust to it.
Close call there from that really good bit of build-up play from Dallas. Just couldn't quite link up when it came to that pass into the penalty area. Well, that's well recovered by Colton, who wins a free kick for DC. Dares for Fraley, and Fraley is closed down by Strawn.
Silly Strong, young player of the year last year. I mean, how much she's grown in one season, and representing USA at the U19s, and she doesn't look like a youngin' out there, that's for sure.
Cross into the middle, looking for Walker. Deflected towards the far sideline. It's going to be kept in by Bagley. Bagley's cross is going to land on the roof of the net. Well, we've seen that high line that DC has tried to play. This has been Dallas's response to try to unlock the door.
And this is the way to do it. They have the speed. They're playing it out wide, over the top. We'll see if DC can make some adjustments or what they're going to do, because right now, I mean, even though DC has the lead, Dallas is really knocking on the door.
Of course, a big key to that, the timing of your runs, and so far Dallas have been on top of that as well, for the most part.
For the most part. We've already seen offside a few times, but that's really just the bending of the run a little bit. Talked about how wide the field is. Get your runs out wider. You're going to run more horizontally than you are vertically, especially against a high line like that.
Speaking of an offside flag, another one has gone up here against DC. It's a free kick for Dallas. Select, the official match ball supplier of the Gainbridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select is the player's choice. The ball bounces right at the heart of the center circle here. It's Dallas who keep possession through Guidry. Fourth goal of the season from Loza Abera. Has DC in front, and at the moment, remember in the live table, DC is in the top 4 as it stands right now. We'll see if it stays that way at the end of the night, of course. That ball does find Guidry on this near side. And Guidry tried to loop it over the top. I think was looking for Bethany Boss. In the end, finds Gottschalk.
If you're going to play in the middle, you have to play to Boss's feet in the middle. To play over the top, it's got to be a little wider. You got to keep it away from Gottschalk in the goal.
Boss steps in there for Dallas. Will eventually do keep it. Massimo down the line for Strawn. Strawn into the middle, touch to the edge of the area. Ogagoo just tries to poke it and is able to keep possession here for Dallas, who can recycle it.
So many DC players behind the ball. Silly Strawn, she couldn't even pick anybody out. It was 1-on-6 in the box.
Despite a healthy amount of Dallas possession, they are still trying to unlock the DC door. Strawn into the path of Guidry. Further down the line for Stainbrook. It's last off of Stainbrook, and the host will have a throw.
Good idea by Dallas, though. Good build-up, good 1-2s to get back and behind the defense.
Should remind you, it is pretty chilly in DC tonight. Some long sleeves, some jackets. It is going to get down to the latter part of the 30s, despite it being in the middle of March in our nation's capital.
And it was snowing a few hours ago.
It was, yes, it was. Luckily, the sun did come out and apparently didn't melt a lot of what was accumulated. Some of the warm-ups, you actually could have seen the breath of some of the players, and you had to check your watch and your calendar to remind yourself what month it was. This is pushed forward into the middle of the DC half. Strawn is available on this near side. Guidry trying to slash and dash through, but she's dispossessed by Colton. Well, then Walker gives it away to Boss. Stainbrook trying to poke it towards Ubogagu on the layoff here. The shot is saved by Gottschalk. Hinson letting the shot fly. Big save from the DC goalkeeper. Up the other end, it's just out of the reach of Gorley, cleaned up by Wisner.
We really have had non-stop action on both sides. Dallas doing a good job keeping this ball nice and tight between teammates. But again, you've got to credit DC's defense. They are so tight, so compact. The middle is probably not going to work. You've got to get the ball out wide. You've got to get those defenders moving. You've got to get those low, hard crosses in right around the 6, 7, 8 yard line, so then your teammate can just deflect it in.
From this free kick, it's a high arcer. It's going to fall for DC on the edge of the area here. Maybe a little trip in there. Referee doesn't think it's enough for a penalty as Walker was brought down. More DC pressure here. Can Dallas play through? No is the answer. Colton on the turn. DC's turn to try and search for another goal here. Mendares is near side. Fraley, a couple of really good runs already tonight. Plays it square. Now Colton. Bagley for Abera. Colton again, Abera again. DC patiently building here.
Nice defensive stand by Dallas to force him back.
And a lunge there, but it still stays with DC, and Colton tries to thread the needle for Gorley, and the offside flag goes up. Job done defensively for Dallas.
Definitely. You see Gorley just getting frustrated, right? She's not getting the ball right to her feet where she likes it. It's tough. I mean, I was a striker. It's in the back of your head. You haven't scored in a few games, and you so badly want to help your team. You want to get that goal. It's definitely in the back of her head, but she just has to realize she has to keep working, keep that ball pressure, even if you look to steal it off a quick little nip defensively and take it to goal, or getting a breakaway from midfield, something to just remind you of what it feels like to score and put the ball in the back of the net.
8 minutes plus stoppage time left in the half. There might be an issue here with Maya McCutcheon. Might be a little blood on McCutcheon's leg. That's being attended to on this near side as the ball is put back into play. So for a brief moment here, Dallas are going to be down a player. With them being down a player, they're going to be a little bit more conservative with the possession. Get towards the final few minutes of the half.
In this case, I'll move Wisner back just to kind of protect that back line.
Nice give and go. Back to Sealy Strawn on this near side. Boss Ubogagu in the middle. More reinforcements are needed here for Dallas. Another attempt at the give and go. And this time Strawn cannot get there. It's a goal kick.
It's just taking Dallas so long to get numbers forward. They're able to split the defense. They're getting it nice and wide. Strawn's making some good runs, but then she has nobody to pass to.
Dallas back to a full 11. Number 11, McCutcheon back in. Cami certainly has been as advertised between the sticks for Dallas so far tonight.
And McCami's so good with her feet. She's almost like a sweeper keeper. And we've seen it a few times now. Dangerous situation. Wisner's gone back, played it to her feet. They feel comfortable. They have the confidence with her and her foot skills that it's not an issue.
Ooh, a heavy challenge there from behind. Bagley picks up the foul there for DC. It's a Dallas free kick. Oh, and a talking to there from Jamie Padilla, our head official. And maybe an issue here for McCami here. Won't speculate too much, but possibly an issue with one of the goalie gloves here, I think.
She lost the contact.
Well, I think you're right. That's why the goalkeeper glove came off.
Yeah.
It's hard enough without it.
DC had their chance to shoot on her while she didn't have her contacts in. It's even worse because she knows she's under pressure. She knows everyone's waiting for her. Everyone's watching her put her contact in.
Every once in a while, you've seen this in other sports. I'm not sure I've ever seen this, certainly not in the Gainbridge Super League. Just when you think there isn't a new box to put on your bingo card.
UNC basketball last week, the athletic trainer put in the contact lens of the player.
There you go.
That was the first time I've seen that.
Well, it looks like Tyler McCami's ready to go.
It'll take another 5 minutes for a goalkeeper to put their gloves back on.
Well, not to get too serious, but I do wonder if that'll impact stoppage time here. At the end of the half,
definitely.
It is a stoppage. 3 minutes before we find that out. Well, the contact delay is over, and the ball's back in play. Guidry. Play it down the line. It's going to fall into the path of Sealy Strawn. Massimo back heels it. Guidry. Was Guidry fouled there? Yes. Referee had a good look at that. It's a foul and a free kick for Dallas, just a few yards outside of the 18.
Dangerous free kick here. Dallas doing a great job with their combos. Nice little back heel. And Guidry just getting in that proper position where DC had no option but to foul her.
Chance for the Trinity to find a goal, beg your pardon, to get back on level terms before we get to the halftime interval. Bogagu and Massimo mulling this one over. Massimo's ball in is really good, and so's the header. Dallas do find the equalizer. Bethany Boss. And with just a minute and a half left in the half, Dallas are level in DC. It's 1-1.
We knew what a dangerous position that was for a free kick. And you and I, off air, was talking about Boss and how dangerous she is with her head and able to score goals like that. That is one tough combination to stop right there. Just the proper timing on it. And, you know, DC defenders are there, but no one's jumping with her. No one's jumping up and attacking that ball. Boss is the first one to it. She's the one that scores.
When Nathan Thackeray was asked, what are you going to get when you bring in Bethany Boss, he had one word: goals. And that's Bethany Boss's first goal in the Gainbridge Super League.
And it's no surprise that it's a head goal.
Well, superb execution from Dallas on that set piece, and they're back in it just like that. It's their 9th goal scored with their head this season, extending their lead in the league in that category. Boss holds up the play nicely, and here come Dallas again with McCutcheon. We are into 4 added minutes of stoppage time at the end of the half. Still plenty of time left. Massimo, quick feed. And under some DC pressure here, it is won back by Colton. DC numbers flooding forward here. Gorley up ahead. Loza Abera has her shot blocked, and DC will get a corner on the far side.
DC getting it done here. There's a nice stick, nice tackle. Like to see them play a little faster, move that ball a little quicker, switch it to Abera a little quicker. That'll give her more time and space to get a quality shot off.
Well, DC's turn now from a set piece. Thea Rat delivered a really good ball from a corner earlier in the half. Does the same thing here. Boss gets her head to it. It's Walker, and I think Walker's been penalized here. That's going to be a foul. And Dallas can alleviate the DC pressure here with a free kick. I brought up the stat earlier. When DC have conceded first this season, it's happened 8 times before tonight. 6 defeats, 1 win, 1 draw. Well, pretty good response from the Trinity at the end of this half. Massimo for Boss. Run back again by Colton, does really well for DC. Finds Walker. And Walker is stood up by Guidry, but DC will keep it on the near side. Bagley into the middle, right at the goalkeeper in the end. McCamey makes the catch. More DC pressure here on Dallas. It just rolled over the sideline there. With about a minute left in the half, it's a Dallas throw-in. There'd be time for maybe one more definitive moment in this half. Talked about how tight the all-time series has been between these two. Yeah. Most of the games within that series have been pretty tight as well. And so far, the script has remained unchanged tonight. Another hotly contested affair between these two in the Gainbridge Super League. Abera trying to find Gorley, could not win the header. DC tried to hook it clear down this near side. It was picked up by Bagley for a reset. Only seconds, however, left in the half. Bagley's ball forward is headed clear. Does Dallas have enough time to break here? Boss on the turn is fouled. Dallas gets a free kick. We'll see how much more time there is left.
Bosch does such an excellent job holding the ball up. She gets fouled by the double there of Colton.
Dallas will clip it forward. Bogagu keeps it in play for Dallas, but then it's cleared away. And as it's cleared, the halftime whistle goes here at Audi Field in Washington, D.C. Well, DC got on the board first. Loza Abera, with her 4th league goal of the season, gave DC Power the lead inside of 17 minutes. But a really strong, well-executed set piece allowed Bethany Boss to equalize for Dallas, 1 each at the half.
It's really been a back and forth, high-intensity game on both ends. There hasn't been any sitting back at all for either team. I'm excited for a good second half.
The pace has been excellent. Both of these teams, of course, need the result as well, with placement in the standings very much impacted by the outcome of this game as well. Both teams have a chance to move up a place tonight, pending the result of this game. Again, DC got off to a really good start, but Dallas respond really well at the end of the half, and we have a 1-1 scoreline. We're joined by the Dallas Trinity goal scorer, Bethany Boss, pitch side here. Bethany, thanks so much for taking a few moments. Congratulations on your goal. Can you take us through what was a really well-executed set piece to find the equalizer?
Yeah, we've been working on them all week, and I think Lexi played a great ball in. Like, it was so easy to do. I was 1v1, just had to beat my man, so it was a great ball. I like using my head, so it worked out well.
What adjustments do you need to have in the halftime to get over this DC high line?
Yeah, exactly. I think we need to recognize that there's a high line, so there's a lot of space in behind. We've got quick players both on the field now and that can come off the bench, so I think we're just trying to run them down as much as we can, make the field as big as possible, and I think that means looking more in behind.
Bethany, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and best of luck in the second half.
Thanks.
That's Bethany Boss from the Dallas Trinity. Great response from the visitors after going a goal down in this first half. We're well poised for the second 45 minutes here in our nation's capital. 1-1 game at the half in the Gainbridge Super League. We'll look around the rest of the league when we come back on Peacock.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Halftime in D.C. Sean St. Jacques, Christine Huber, our entire crew, happy to have you with us. A tie game, D.C. and Dallas in the Gainbridge Super League here on Peacock. Second 45's coming up in just a few moments, but first, we look around the rest of the league with the upcoming schedule. Every game still matters as far as how the impact is on the standings. Big one to circle, of course, a Floridian derby of sorts, Fort Lauderdale and Jacksonville. Reasons on and off the field to tune in for that game.
Yeah, Saturday night, Women's Empowerment Night over at Fort Lauderdale. The Gainbridge brand ambassador, Bryce Curry, will be on hand. She's going to be there to talk to the players, and it's going to be a good one.
Jacksonville also try to hold on to their spot at the top of the table against the Fort Lauderdale side, trying to get back on the right side of the playoff line. Spokane, Brooklyn's a good one as well, and the champs, Tampa Bay Sun, can they get back in the mix? Certainly 3 points at Carolina Ascent would do them the world of good tomorrow. Again, all the games in the Gainbridge Super League here on Peacock. So very excited to see how those games will play out. As we head to break, stay with us for a special preview of Episode 2 of Built for Success, stories from the Gainbridge Super League, featuring Tampa Bay Sun FC captain Jordan Listro and her journey from her new home in Canada to captaining the Sun to their first title in league history.
Definitely Jordan's best qualities are how hard and physical she is, and it's not fun to play against.
Touch, Jordan! Touch! Finish! Jordan brings a ton of experience. She's an absolute warrior on the field.
I just want to win so bad, and I'll just do anything it takes. And that's kind of my mentality.
We're excited you're here this evening as we take on Spokane Zephyr FC.
This is all hard, like this game, because it is brutal out here.
Tampa Bay in search of their first home win.
Being a professional athlete, there are going to be lows and adversity.
We can do this, but we have to put in the work.
The back stick! Oh, it goes in off the deflection!
The Gainbridge Super League, it's giving so many players more opportunities to play. It's been a dream come true for me.
Sean and Christine back here with you. We jump right into the first half highlights between DC and Dallas. We begin with a wonderful run from Lexi Fraley. It ends with a Loza Abera finish for DC.
DC has just been putting pressure on McCamey. She's had to make a lot of saves. This one was just not cleared out far enough, and Loza Abera, she's able to capitalize.
Fourth league goal of the season for Abera. That was in the 17th minute. DC had a 1-0 lead for a vast majority of the half until Bethany Boss used her head in the 44th.
A dangerous spot for a free kick here, and you know what? If you're going to serve it into anybody, you serve it into Boss. She's best at scoring with her head, and that's exactly what she does.
Her first goal in the Gainbridge Super League. She said to us at halftime she likes using her head quite a bit, and she used it to perfection there to get it to a 1-1 scoreline. We'll step aside for the moment. Tie ball game here in DC. Second half is coming up on Peacock after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Sean St. Jacques, Christine Huber, our entire crew counting down to the start of the second half in the Gainbridge Super League between DC Power and the Dallas Trinity. Tie game, one each. Live standings in the Gainbridge Super League with a point. DC would still, on goal differential, get ahead of Carolina Ascent and above the playoff line into the top four. Dallas would still be just 2 points back of Lexington, 6 points back of first place Sporting Jacks. If it stands, of course, there's still 45 minutes to change all of that.
45 minutes tonight and still a lot more games to go on during the season. So far, no one is mathematically eliminated yet for playoffs. So it could be anyone's game to get into that top four.
That's just the way we like it. Everyone still has a chance down this home stretch here in the second season of the Gainbridge Super League. If you're just joining us, DC got off to a really strong start. The first 20 minutes yielded them the opening goal from Loza Abera. Took Dallas a little bit of time, but they capitalized on a really well-executed set piece. Bethany Boss scores her first league goal in the Gainbridge Super League, and we're tied at the half.
And Dallas in that first half, it took them a little while, but they recognized DC's high line. Now the next step is they need to get numbers forward, right? They're sending that ball over the top, or they're sending it wide on a through ball. Now get numbers up to support Sealy Strong.
Teams switch sides at the start of the second half. Audi Field here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. will be the host, DC Power, going from left to right this time in the second half here on Peacock. Very intrigued to see how the second half is going to play out. The first half flowed really nicely. Back and forth they went. So we'll see how the second half pans out. And part of the intrigue is that DC, we're told, did make a halftime adjustment. Justina Gaynor, we're told, came in. And Theorette made way for DC Power at the half. So we'll see how that impacts the game in the second half. As Dallas are on the front foot here, that's Sealy Strawn trying to place in the cross, and it's out for a Dallas throw.
Strawn's done a great job on the outside wing. She's just been making those runs, been getting open.
There's an initial touch from Gaynor. Stainbrook for Dallas, trying to play it around the corner. Gaynor is there defensively for DC to help out. Abera gets it back on a lovely little 1-2 through the middle, and then plays it down this far side. Could be a chance here for Fraley. Fraley looking for the angle to shoot. And it wasn't far away. It bounces just wide of McCammie's goal.
Dallas needs to do a better job closing down the ball. The ball is most important. Look at how much time and space. Even she was shocked that nobody was picking her up at all.
Well, Dallas are let off the hook there. That was a good chance for DC to get their lead back. Comes the DC press. Omen Namazi times this season has talked about how important it is with the timing of the press that DC provides. That could lead to attacking opportunities in transition as the challenge comes in behind there from Sydney Cummings. Dallas gets the decision and the free kick. Saw the standings a moment ago. If the result were to hold, DC Power would be unbeaten in their last 6 games in the Gainbridge Super League. Really impressive. Dallas, meanwhile, would be unbeaten in 8 of their last 9 in the Gainbridge Super League. We said at the top of the broadcast that these two teams are trending in the right direction.
They're on hot streaks for sure. And you know what's crazy, if you look at the standings, in 9th place is defending champions Tampa Bay.
Right.
And in 8th place is who they played in the championship game, Fort Lauderdale. So talk about parity in the league from one year to the next. I mean, from bottom to the top, and in this case, top to the bottom.
And you mentioned it, everyone still has a chance mathematically to make the playoffs still. Meanwhile, Abera, time and space, tries to play it across for Gorley. Touched clear. And Boss sends it ahead for Dallas, looking to go up the other end here.
Abera unable to connect with Gorley, and it was a great drop-down run by Gorley to just stop, open up her body to receive the ball, but Abera couldn't connect with her.
Eventually goes out for a Trinity throw-in on the far side. More solid hold-up play from Boss.
It really is her strength in the middle. Coming back, checking to the ball, receiving it, and holding it up.
There's some pressure there. It's well worked by McCutcheon to Stainbrook. Hinson up ahead. Stainbrook. Bogagoo down the line. Hinson helps it along for Boss. Boss into the middle. Can Strawn get there? She will get there. The goalkeeper missed it. Strawn into the middle. Massimo was swarmed by the DC defense at the right moment. Guidry down the line. Strawn plays it back to Guidry.
Wow. How about that, right?
Credit DC, my goodness.
I mean, Dallas was all set, looking like they were going to score. DC gets numbers behind the ball again and forces them all the way back onto their own half. Amazing defense by DC.
Boss. Dispossessed, no foul, says the referee. Abera. Can DC counterattack here? Ooh, McCutcheon, physical there, gets away with it, and Boss recovers it for Dallas.
Look at this high line on the left side of your screen. All of them in sync and just keep moving and sneaking up.
Hinson up ahead. Again, DC are well positioned. And then that wasn't the best of challenges on this near side by Constant. It's a foul. We look back at the prior sequence.
Dallas is right there, knocking on the doorstep. Sealy Strawn able to save this ball, just not quick enough play on this passing. And credit DC, those are 3 players back and behind the ball and forces Dallas all the way back.
Well, we might look back on that moment, a critical defensive stand again for DC as they were able to recover. Sierra Hinson under this near side. Bogagoo forced to go back. Strawn was stood up, but doesn't give up on the play. Tried to feed it forward for Massimo. Guidry slides in to try and move it ahead. In the end, it's cleared away by McKenna Gottschalk, who will be called upon a second time to reset for the hosts. Colton. Played back by Bagley. Played square for Gaynor. Bit of Dallas high pressure here, but DC hook it over the top. And a challenge comes in there. It's going to be a foul and a free kick for DC. 1 or 2 words from the Dallas contingent about that call.
Wisner obviously not happy with the call. You can tell DC, right? They want to play simple soccer. They want to keep possession, knock the ball about.
Ooh, it nearly falls for Gorley in behind there. McCamey resets for Dallas in the end.
Just feel like Gorley is frothing at the mouth a bit. She wants a goal.
Cummings tries to clip it over the top. Gorley was the target. But again, it's comfortable for Dallas defensively here. The last time these two teams met, December 6th, 2025, towards the end of the first half of the season. It was a 2-1 Dallas win in Texas. It's going back to the fact that seemingly every time these two teams play, it is such a tightly contested encounter. And how tonight really has not been any different whatsoever. It's been nip and tuck, back and forth. Emmy up ahead. And DC will hook it forward towards Walker. And then picked up on this near side by Gianna Gorley. And Gorley will settle for the throw-in off the tackle by Wisner.
Sweet tackle by Wisner. She times that correctly. You see how dangerous Gorley is. Once she gets the ball, she has that acceleration to go by, and she cuts off defenders. Wisner was just able to read it.
Bagley. Back for Constant and Cummings. That's clipped over the top. And Dallas have it covered. Stainbrook. And again on this near side. Given back to DC here. Gorley. Abera. And Abera! Nearly scored her second goal of the night. It lands on the roof of the Dallas net.
Abera has the green light to shoot, and this is why. I mean, she does not miss by much here. Good strike. Might have even been a little deflection.
Looked like it may have came off McCutcheon, who was a late arriver there.
Gorley was already celebrating the goal.
Ooh, Boss, upended. Free kick for Dallas. You wonder if the referee may have to go to her pocket here. And it's going to be Claire Constant who picks up a yellow card here for this challenge on Boss. I believe Constant is the first, yes, DC player to be booked tonight. The only other yellow card is for Heather Stainbrook on the Dallas side of things.
It's been a clean game for both sides. The referee really has not had to blow the whistle much.
Here is Sealy Strawn. Massimo could not return the favor. Gorley plays it out wide. You can see the black and blue shirt starting to flood into the Dallas half here, but that pass does not come off. And it's well defended in the end by Guidry to stop, dare I say, DC in their tracks there. The host will reset.
You notice it was Gorley getting back defensively to win that ball and start the counter.
Lovely ball played out to this far side. And the cross into the middle is going to be over the head of Gorley and Walker. And it's going to be a goal kick. Well, the Gainbridge Super League season is in full swing. Visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insight into all things Gainbridge Super League. If you haven't already, it's probably a good time to start putting the Gainbridge Super League website amongst your favorites, because we're getting into the stretch run here towards the playoffs. Good pressure from DC, really good pressure. And Gorley forces the deflection out of play.
And this is exactly what Gorley needs to do. Keep that high pressure. She's not scoring goals from the run and play. Try and get it. Try and nip it off of the defender's foot.
Ends up being a goal kick. We approach the hour mark here in Washington, D.C. Gainer trying to get around Guidry here on the byline. Guidry just holds her ground. Great defending. Quick throw into Abera. Did it come off a hand there? Dallas appeal. Referee lets it go, and Dallas get the throw in on the back end.
Dallas has been a little out of rhythm these last few minutes.
bounced into a dangerous area. Massimo, though, puts too much on it for Strawn.
Yeah, they're just not connecting.
Remember, DC is searching for just their second home win of the season and would be just their fourth home win. And their time in the Gainbridge Super League has been so hard to come by at Audi Field so far in the last year and a half. Talked about how good DC's been away from home. Dallas have been also strong away from home. Half of their wins this season have come away from Texas, including a really good win against Lexington last time out. So we know they can go through the tough times in a game and emerge victorious. Strawn is able to pick off the throw, plays it in for Boss, who returns the favor. Now Stainbrook to the byline. Could not get it back to Strawn, and it is a giveaway by the Trinity. Great turn by Loza Abera. Took a couple defenders with her there. In the end, Dallas recovers it off the poor feed. Stainbrook lost the ball, and Colton has it for DC. Tried to thread the needle for Walker, and Dallas get enough on it. Pressure here from Strawn. Boss now making constant work. Bagley in some trouble, loses the ball. Ubogagu for Boss. McCutcheon to no one in particular, picked off by Gaynor. Back and forth we go here. Gaynor glides past a challenge and has DC on the front foot here. Plays the early ball in behind for Walker. Walker keeps it in play, numbers arriving. Walker stands it up, headed down for Gorley. Oh, what a save! McCamey keeps Gorley out with a jaw-dropping stop. It's out for a corner.
What a transition play by DC, pushing it up front. So many options here for Walker. She decides to go for the chip for the far post. Eventually it's going to deflect into Gorley, and she's just unable to put it by the keeper on this one, and what a save.
Huge save at point-blank range by Tyler McCamey. She was leaning the wrong way, still got to it. From the DC corner, it's headed high into the air and cleared away by Dallas. Strawn tries to run it down, cannot do it. Bagley for Abera. All of a sudden, it's turned into an end-to-end game again. Constant. Boss just about gets it to Stainbrook. Approaching the final 25 minutes of the 90. That feed is going to allow DC to reset in their own half with Gottschalk. Is lifted over the top. It's easy enough for the Dallas Trinity to reset the play. Cami. Trying to clip it over the top. Strawn did get a touch onto that. Boss helps it along. Ubogagu. Ubogagu to the byline. Keeps it in somehow. Cross into the middle. Boss redirects it, but Gottschalk is there.
Some great ball work here. Ubogagu able to keep that ball in, get across. Stays with it.
That's going to go out of play on this near side. Boss was the target on the throw. Doesn't work out. Gottschalk is there to reset for DC. Abera for DC. DC can continue moving it down this far side. Sealy Strawn is down injured. Cross into the middle, and again, it's just out of the reach of Gianna Gorley, and it's a goal kick.
This is not a good situation for Dallas. Sealy Strawn, she was just closing down the ball, unable to get back up. Listen, it's cold, right? I mean, your ankle goes in with another player, another ball, and it's that hard bone-to-bone contact.
Both teams are preparing changes here. We start with DC. Hannah Richardson is going to come in. Deja Torbert is going to enter as well. That's going to be it for Alyssa Walker and Lexi Fraley. So Torbert and Harney enter here. And that leaves DC with just 2 changes left. I wonder, with Sealy Strawn down here, if Dallas, who are preparing 2 changes here, may have to rethink it slightly. With Sealy Strawn down, we were told that Cameron Lancaster and Caroline Swan are being prepared. I wonder if Nathan Thackeray may have to rethink who comes out here. There's Lancaster and Swan both getting set to come in.
Swan was the one who had that great dummy on the goal last week. I mean, what a heads-up play.
Well, this is not a good sight for Dallas Trinity supporters here. Strawn is being helped off the field here. Well, the first change is going to be McCutcheon withdrawn for Swan here. And that is going to be the end of the night for Sealy Strawn. Cannot continue and will be replaced by Cameron Lancaster. That is a huge blow for the Trinity, not just tonight, but you hope not for too much further down the road for them as well in this playoff chase. And just as she was returning from international duty as well.
She's had such a big impact on tonight's game as well. So many times she was able to get open down the flank and send some good balls in.
We wish Sealy Strawn the best. That's the first 2 changes, by the way, that Dallas have made tonight. So they still have 3 left. And we have 20 minutes left of the 90. Boss holds it up and then plays it back.
The switch is open for Dallas. They need to get that ball high and wide on that far right side.
Henson
And this is exactly what DC wants them to do. They want them to force it into where they have double coverage.
Just joining us, both of the goals came in the first half. Loza Abera in the 17th minute off a rebound gave DC the lead. And then Bethany Boss, a wonderful header off a set piece, tied the game up for Dallas in the 44th minute. As it stands, DC would jump into 4th in the live table. Dallas would stay in 3rd. Flynn surveys the scene, finds Hinson. Hinson trying to play it into the path of Ubogagu to no avail.
It's just a tough angle there. There's not enough space with the keeper right there at the top of the box. When DC's playing a high line, it means the goalkeeper is high as well.
Gorley, swarmed by Dallas defenders. Cammy maybe has made a save of the week candidate save tonight. Incredible stop on Gianna Gorley. Keep it at a 1-1 scoreline. Boss tried to round it to a teammate on the other side there. Deflects out. Dallas still keep it. Lancaster basically playing where Sealy Strawn has played all night on that far side. It's poked down that far side. Lancaster gives chase here and does force it out for a Dallas throw. Does very well for the visitors. Lancaster again. Crossing it into the middle. Ubogagu. Caught by Gottschalk.
It's another great cross in by Dallas. You can see why they score so many goals off the head. Just nice lofted balls in that just make it easy to redirect on goal.
It's one back here by Swan. Swan out to the far side, fellow substitute. Lancaster keeps it in. Massimo. There's a player down for DC. Away from the ball here, it's Loza Abera, who is struggling a bit here. The goal scorer for DC Power.
Gorley saying, go back, she's fine. Go back.
Well, I have to say, we were told that Loza Abera might come out on a change anyway here. With Namazi, they already had this plan, but now Loza Abera maybe picked up a knock at the end of her shift.
Just with the weather and it being so cold, every time you get knocked, every time you get kicked, it's just that more intense.
Valentina Perota is going to take her place here. That leaves Omid Namazi with just one change left as Abera departs. 15 minutes plus stoppage time left. Both teams in search of what would be a late winner. And you can see there, both teams have had quite a few late twists go their way with goals scored late on this season in those final 15 minutes. Dallas, of course, just did it last time out against Lexington, of course.
In that game against Lexington, I mean, Lexington just really dominated that first half, unable to score, and Dallas stuck in, changed some stuff at halftime, started going forward a bit more, possession with purpose, and then they get that extra time goal.
Abogugu. Gottschalk does well in traffic, took some contact as well, and the referee spotted that. It's going to be a foul and a free kick for DC after great work from the goalkeeper there.
Nothing is going to get in the way of Wisner winning a ball. Doesn't matter if you're the goalkeeper or a defender, she is going to put her body on the line, and she wants it.
Comes some Dallas pressure here, and it leads to a turnover. Stainbrook. Abogugu. Decent ball in. It was flicked away before a Dallas player could really attack it. Harney down this far side. As her pass cut out. Boss is fouled. It's going to be a foul and a free kick for Dallas, who are preparing a triple change here. And I believe that change is about to be imminent. It's going to be 3 in, 3 out. Caroline Kelly, Yenny Danielson, and Allie Thornton are all coming in at the same time. Abogugu, Massimo, and Boss all withdrawn. And Bethany Boss leaves after scoring the equalizer in the first half. That exhausts all of Dallas's substitutions. Almost as if Nathan Thackeray is saying, well, you got 12 minutes.
Get it
Go
done.
win the game.
Get it done. Just remember, that cold is going to make a difference. These players have been sitting out. I know they had to warm up, but it's just not the same as if it was warm weather. They have to really warm up on that side, get going.
It's getting down into the 38, 37 degree range Fahrenheit here in our nation's capital. Very close to freezing temperatures here. And there is winds coming through as well, so it might feel even colder than that. Tussle there leads to a whistle. DC gets the decision there. It's a free kick.
Soft foul, but great triple team by Dallas.
Another ball lifted over the top here, and Dares keeps it in play. It's then sent into the middle. Lovely take. Oh, and the finish goes right down the middle, and McCamey makes the stop on the Torbert attempt.
What a setup this is. Guidry just showing off her, or Torbert showing off her ball work there. And McCamey coming up big. I mean, she reads that. That's a tough ball to read. It is point blank.
It was nearly an exquisite finish from Deja Torbert, but McCamey again thwarts DC.
And this is why Lexington had such trouble scoring and not scoring against Dallas last week. And they were just peppering the goal.
9 minutes.
Tyler McCamey again is coming up huge for Dallas late on here tonight.
See if they have another game winner in them.
I was just going to say, are we seeing a
like
similar script here? Set piece is taken short. It's then clipped into the middle. Oh, and it was just off the top of a couple of players there. It falls for Hinson, whose shot is blocked, and it's out for a Dallas throw. But when the heads went up, you wondered for a moment if Dallas was going to redirect that on target. From the throw, Danielson for Hinson. Cross into the middle, it's touchdown here. No foul, says the referee. Play continues, and the ball's gonna roll out for a throw-in to the Dallas Trinity on the far side. From the throw, it's a poor giveaway, and DC wins it back through Gaynor. But then Gaynor is swarmed. It stays with the hosts off a ricochet. Well, stay up to date with the Gainbridge Super League. Sign up for the Super Newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox weekly. Sign up at GainbridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter. Early ball forward. It's into the path of Gianna Gorley, who goes down. Referee points to the ball there, says it's a clean challenge. Another glimpse for DC, and they cannot take advantage of it.
The home fans are not liking that no call.
I'm sure a few of them thought that the referee pointed to the spot when she pointed towards the penalty area, but it was towards the ball. Dallas's turn to try to maraud forward here. But DC stopped them in their tracks. This is Deja Torbert on the turn. Could open up here for DC. Gaynor tries to slide it through towards the byline and put just a smidge too much on it. And it's a goal kick.
Gorley's eyes just lit up, and we talked about her runs behind the defense. Wow, what a defensive tackle there by Sam Guidry. I mean, look at that. That is textbook right there, and the referee has a great decision, great view of it, and you're right. She pointed what they thought was the spot. She was actually pointing at the ball on the spot. That's save of the game.
Add that on to what Tyler McCamey has done. Just brave, courageous, late defensive interventions from Dallas to stay in the game. And then up the other end here. Oh, it's too early of a run made down that far side. And in the end, it's Thornton who's caught offside. It's going to be a free kick for DC. That was a missed chance for Dallas. Thornton was unmarked. Now then, DC's turn to try to build something here. Bagley surveys the scene on this near side, forced to slightly retreat. Clip down that far side. Gonna push and a chase here from Harney, although the decision goes the other way. Dallas wins a free kick. And Guidry just continues to have a sparkling game defensively for the Trinity.
She puts herself in such good position, which enables her to win the ball.
Time and time again, Guidry has made big plays tonight for the visitors. She sends it down that far side. It's out of the reach of Cameron Lancaster. DC throw under 5 minutes of normal time left. Can someone go on and win it? Pressure from Torbert. Forces the pass back to Flynn. Now Swan for Hinson. Gorley's pressure. Forces the ball to be hit over the top. And it's easy enough for Gottschalk, shepherded by Bagley. Torbert finds Bagley. Gaynor plays it out to the far side. Lancaster's pressure, it's then looped over the top, and that's going to bounce out of play. Torbert, lovely take. It further deflects down this near side for Gorley. Gorley dispossessed. Now Kelly plays a wonderful ball down this far side for Cameron Lancaster. Can Lancaster go on and win this here? Oh, it's deflected and it's just wide. Gottschalk got a piece on it. Just wide of the target for a corner, and then Gottschalk's turn to come up with a huge save.
We've been waiting for Dallas to switch this ball to the high side, that right side. Lancaster able to pick it up, gets that shot off, but wow. Gottschalk, I mean, she has just been in the right position, the right place all night, and obviously help from her teammates there, getting it deflected so it doesn't go straight on target.
Both goalkeepers have made amazing saves. Danielson from the corner, it's flicked on here, and on the turn, Gottschalk makes the save again. Multiple chances for both teams at the end to take the lead.
No one should be disappointed in tonight's action, I'll tell you that much. We've had some great shots, we've had even better saves.
DC's turn. Gorley down the far side. The cross into the middle towards Torbert. Oh, the flicked header. On the rebound, it's Colton. Cleared away off the edge of the 6. Dallas looked to bring it up the other end. It's a poor feed by Kelly. One back by DC. Another ball lifted over the top. Emily Colton plays it into the middle. Oh, another big save, McCamey. Rebound is blocked. Perota's follow-up attempt is blocked again, and Swan clears it. Are you kidding? Tyler McCamey with another unbelievable save for Dallas in the clutch. And Gianna Gorley wonders what she has to do to score a goal.
Tell me McCamey is not one of the best goalkeepers in this league right now. The save she has had, not only tonight, but last game as well. It's her positioning, it's her reaction saves. Nothing is getting by her.
Well, you would have put money on it that Gorley was going to score that. McCamey had other ideas. And moments after Gottschalk made 2 critical saves for DC at the other end. 4 added minutes still to play. Dallas bring this forward again. It's going to ricochet towards this far sideline. It's played square for Danielson. Lovely give and go. The cross into the middle was scuffed, and DC clears it. Now the hold-up play by Gorley. This is Torbert. Early ball through the middle. DC get another chance at it here. More black shirts coming forward. Perota into the middle here. Nobody there yet for Dallas. Chance to cut in field, and the shot eventually is blocked again.
We have another counterattack going. Which team is going to run out of gas first? Because this is an insane pace right now.
Kelly led the initial break. Dallas's turn to try to make something happen. It's Kelly again on the return feed towards the byline. Thornton cannot get there. And it's a goal kick.
Everybody exhale, everybody catch their breath. I mean, this has been a back and forth, high pace, high transition game.
The last 5 minutes have turned into a track meet. And it's not over yet. Torbert tried to thread the needle. It's just out of the reach of Gorley. 2.5 minutes left. The amount of chances we've had at seeing a winner tonight, the goalkeepers have just not had it tonight. They will not allow it to happen. Now then, Guidry trying to maraud down this far side, maybe had her shirt tugged there. Guidry still going, lovely cutback. Cross into the middle, and guess who? Gottschalk is there. Quickly outlets onto this near side. Colton has Torbert behind her. Torbert switches it to Perota on the far side. It's a wonderful ball. Perota to the byline. It was stopped by McKim. I think she kept that in. Or did she? No, it leaks over the end line as Gaynor was trying to recover. It looked to be the right decision there, and it's a goal kick.
There's a lot of heavy breathing going on this pitch right now.
Kemi sends it ahead. This could fall for Gorley. It's going to be touched out of play by Wisner. Still just under a minute left to go. Despite the score sheet not changing, it's been incredibly dramatic. Wonderful back and forth moments down the stretch here. There still is time for more, but that deflects off of Gorley. Dallas get the goal kick. Is there enough time for another crazy final moment? Clip towards the halfway line. Torbert's header. It's going to be swept up by Dallas, but Torbert wins it right back. And then Torbert cannot pick out Colton. Dallas clear it, full time. Wow. What a finish to this game. Both teams had multiple late chances to win it. DC is robbed of a second home win of the season. Tyler McCamey with some unbelievable late saves. Dallas thought they had won it once or twice at the end as well, only for McKenna Gottschalk to thwart them in the dying embers.
We wanted excitement. That is exactly what we had tonight. Both ends, goalkeepers on both sides, unbelievable. And what do you know? It ends up a 1-1 draw. This series is still tied at the entire history of the league.
Great point. Really, really fun ending to this game, particularly for the neutrals. I think the fan bases, man, were on the edge of their seats, hearts and mouths at times, towards the end of this game. But in the end, the points are shared. Remember, DC moves into a playoff spot now on goal differential with that point, and Dallas gets a little bit closer to the likes of Lexington and Sporting Jacks at the top of the table after a breathtaking finish to the game here at Audi Field in Washington, D.C. Tyler McCamey is kind enough to join us here pitchside in D.C. Tyler, what a crazy ending to the game. Can you take us through a couple of those just jaw-dropping saves that you come up with here to help save your team a point?
Yeah, I mean, just doing what I can. It was definitely, we were under a lot of pressure in the last, 15 minutes of the game there, 10 minutes, so credit to DC. I'm glad I could come up in places that my team needed me. I thought we did really well defensively as a unit. So, it's not 3 points, but we'll take the point on the road for sure.
And talk about that back line and what you do to keep everyone on the same page.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of communicating, obviously a lot of time together in practice, but I think we mesh pretty well. I know everybody works really hard for each other, and I think we come together really, really well. So it's been a good setup so far.
Tyler, thanks so much for your time. It was a pleasure to watch, and best of luck moving forward.
Thanks so much. Thank you, guys.
Wonderful saves, wonderful performance from Tyler McCamey. Dallas leaves DC with a point. They stay unbeaten in 8 of their last 9 Super League games. We'll wrap things up on Peacock after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Sean St. Jacques, Christine Huber, catching our breaths here at the end of what was a wild and chaotic finish to this game between DC Power and Dallas Trinity here on Peacock in the Gainbridge Super League. Both teams had multiple chances to win it. In the end, the
Cammie said, it's not going in. She was a wall yet again today.
Full-time stats look like this. Shots and shots on target galore in this game. Shots on target were even, by the way, 6 apiece. Dallas had the most of the possession. In the end, really, really fun game, particularly for the neutrals here, and the points are shared.
It really was. It was excitement because everyone was breaking into the final third. So many shots, so many chances, and yet again, we're ending at a tie in this series.
2 wins apiece in the all-time series, now 3 draws between DC and Dallas. This game always seems to deliver. Updated standings look like this. Big point for DC. It puts them above the playoff line into the top 4. Pretty important point for Dallas as well. They stay 5 points ahead of DC, and they're just 2 points off Lexington, 6 points off top of the table, Sporting Jacks.
It's the first game of the weekend. We still have so much more excitement happening.
I was going to say, if this is how the rest of the season's going to be, bring on more of this. Incredibly dramatic at the end here in Washington, D.C. Well, DC Power got off to such a good start in this game, but credit Dallas for getting the equalizer, and then it was just back and forth in the second half. In the end, the points are shared after a wild ending in our nation's capital. For Christine Huber and our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. We say so long from DC. 1-1 is the final score after a breathtaking finish on Peacock in the Gainbridge Super League.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.